I love steam engines.
Me too, young man. Me too.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Name's William Twofeathers. First train driver of this railroad.
Oh, I remember you. I've seen you driving the Rainbow Sun from time to time.
Yeah, I don't do it too often now. I've been working here since the railroad opened, and now I'm getting ready to retire. If you want to drive the Rainbow Sun one day, I can give you some lessons.
Yes, please. I'd love to work here when I graduate. Where do I start?
Well, the loco's being operated right now, so you can't do any lessons with it. Ask Gracie Jones, the station manager. She'll give you some work to do.
Wow, thanks so much, Mr. Two Feathers.
You're welcome. Oh, and by the way, what's your name?
Bennett Stone.
Hello, I'm Mr. Conductor, and I'm going to tell you a story about trains, folks far apart, and the magic railway that brought them together. Every story, like a railway, has its heroes. Meet Thomas. He's our #1 hero.
Hello.
But he's running a little late today. This is the island of Sodor where Thomas and his friends live. I like helping out here. By the invitation of the fat controller, of course.
55, 56, 57, 58. Who do we appreciate? Practicing your numbers, Gordon. That's a good engine. I'm counting how many seconds late you are. What does that sign say? Northwestern Railway. Really reliable and right on time. Signed, Head of the Railway, Sir Topham Hatt. But you weren't on time, little Thomas. And you're being bossy, Gordon. The sign also says, sorry for delays during repairs. We are making this a better railway. What? That's what it says. Now please excuse me. I'm meeting Mr. Conductor. He's looking after us while the Fat Controller takes a much-needed holiday. Mr. Conductor? Is he the American that looks after a station somewhere in the US? Yes, why? Because I honestly think we can take care of ourselves.
Get out of my way! I've got unfinished business here, and I want to finish it fast!
The Diesel 10's back! I know. Remember when the Fat Controller bought him 5 years ago and he caused nothing but trouble? Yes, I do. The Fat Controller sent him away, didn't he? Yes, he sold him back to the factory he came from. Anyway, with Diesel 10 back and the Fat Controller away, I think we're all heading for trouble. Maybe we do need Mr. Conductor here after all. On time, too.
Now let's travel to a place almost as magical as Sodor. Up and over Muffle Mountain and hidden deep in the valley is my hometown, Shining Time. And by the way, I think you're going to help me and Thomas somewhere in this story.
If Diesel 10 has unfinished business, there's sure to be trouble right around the corner.
Take a look who's coming. Down the track, make way for James, hooray for James. Shiny, shiny pipe with the jet black stack, make way for James, hooray for James. I really do know how stages show. You gotta stand back and watch me go. Ah! You weren't concentrating, Thomas. Lucky for you that the buffers are there.
That's what buffers are for, to stop engines from crashing. Why are you in the sheds, James? And why are you singing?
Well, I refused to pull a good shine yesterday. And who can blame me for refusing? The shocks are full of stinky fish. The fat controller told me to think about all the ways I can be really useful. Then I can come out again. Oh, and the singing is none of your business.
The fat controller's just trying to make this a better railway for steam engines.
Thomas?
He says the harder we work, the less he'll need diesels to help.
Help you? You always need help! Because steam engines are cowardly, cranky, worn-out hunks of metal who couldn't hurt a fly!
No, we're not!
Yes, you are!
Aren't!
Now, I've come back to find the lost steam engine. I'm gonna destroy her and scrap you all! Right, Pinchy?
Big bully!
We're really useful engines. You won't scrap us and you won't destroy her. We won't let you. Neither will Mr. Conductor. I'm off to fetch him now.
Hang on. What lost engine? There, Mutt. Paint job's finished. I reckon Shining Time has the best welcome sign of any town in the valley. I'm glad you agree. Billy's old map sure helped a lot. He's on his way back now, is he? You hear that train whistle sooner than it hears itself.
Thanks for being the fireman today, Jim.
No problem, Billy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, there's Patch. Fine work, Patch.
Thanks. I've been looking at your map. What are these mysterious shadowy lines? They look like straight railroad tracks, but I can't see any tracks around here, except the ones that you travel on.
It's mysteries like those that make this land so...
magical?
Exactly.
Anyway, I'd better head off to Muffle Mountain. I promised Mr. Stone I'd clean out his yard today.
Does Bennett Stone ever give you a smile?
No, he hasn't frightened my horse either, which means I don't think he's a bad man. I think he's just sad.
I didn't know that in Muffle Mountain, there was a secret that Burnett had shared only with this childhood friend, Tasha.
One day, Tasha, I'm going to drive this engine, and I'll take you with me. I promise. Don't worry.
This engine was vital to the magic connection with Sodor and Shining Time, but only Burnett knew that.
Hello, Shining Time Station. Manager Stacy Jones speaking. Oh yes, the 10:15 from Pelican Falls to Shining Time is right on schedule. You're welcome. Billy, Skimmer found this child's drawing in an old locker in the lost and found section. I took it from him before he could steal it. But look at the signature, Billy. Burnett Stone. It's hard to believe Burnett could have ever looked that happy.
Burnett had a wonderful smile. And he loved railroading too. He was one of our best drivers back in the day.
What's going on, Stacy? Hey, Billy, when will you teach me to drive that engine of yours?
Never.
Why? It's not fair.
Because you keep causing trouble around the station, and I have more important things to do than attempt to teach you how to drive a steam locomotive.
One day, Billy boy, I'm gonna own this railroad, and you will be the first one to be sacked.
That'll never happen.
Oh, yes, it will. And one of these days, I'll be the owner, and you, Mr. Conductor, and that fireman Jim will be kicked to the curb. How does that make you feel?
Shut up, schemer.
No, I won't.
I can call the police if you want to go to a jail cell for the day.
No fair. One of these days, Billy boy. One of these days.
How did you find me here? Nobody has been in here in years but me.
I found the entrance to your workshop ages ago, but I would never tell anybody. Don't worry, Mr. Stone. You can trust me.
Well, okay then. You see that switch on the wall? Flip it on.
Wow. I guessed there was something mysterious about this mountain.
Yeah. All mountains have their secrets, Patch. Shouldn't surprise a kid like you.
Could I help you?
Sure, you can help me dust her off. This engine's name is Lady.
Why is she locked up?
She isn't. She's safe from harm. Long ago, when I was around your age, I made a terrible mistake as Lady's caretaker for the Conductor family. Mr. Conductor's dad said she had been in the family since the early 20th century. Unfortunately, an evil diesel engine by the name of Diesel 10, who was owned by a man called P.T. Boomer, found Lady and threatened to destroy her. P.T. Boomer bullied me into driving her. I said no, but he pushed me aside and stepped into the cab anyway. He then made her go too fast, and he crashed her. I brought her here, tried my best to fix her up, but I've never been able to make up for the mistake I made, and I've never been able to bring her back to life, to make her steam. Patch, she's as precious as gold.
Wow. That's incredible. Who's Diesel 10, though? And P.T. Boomer?
Boomer was one of my best friends back in the day. He wanted to build diesels while I preferred the magic and wonder of steam engines. Boomer didn't agree and we stopped being friends. He went on to run a company for upgrading existing diesel locomotives. He bought a warship diesel from England called Diesel 10. He gave him a mechanical claw that Diesel 10 named Pinching. Boomer saw potential in Diesel 10 that day, and from then on, the two worked together to create havoc all over. Boomer went missing a few years ago. One of his friends told the police that Boomer had been killed in a car crash, and that was it. Diesel 10 was handed around to many different railways, each of which he caused trouble.
Do you think Boomer is still alive?
Yes, I do. Knowing how shady he is, I'd say he pretended to be dead so he could sneak around and get his revenge on me for not loving diesel engines like he did. He's out there buying his time. I know it.
Pinchy, you captured the real me. That's beautiful. I could cry.
Boss? Yeah, we're here.
Listen, you two. I got a job for you, Splodge.
Actually, it's a splatter.
And Dodge.
I ain't got time to say both names. Now, I've come to find a steam engine.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Not the one I want. She escaped me once before. As long as she exists, so does the magical connection. But if she can be destroyed...
They're destroyed.
Did you
do
say
it?
destroyed?
Yeah, destroyed!
Well, there's just one problem there, boss. Mr. Conductor's coming from America, and he won't let you destroy.
I can do whatever I want! I'll get him too! With Pinchy! Pinchy, I hate it when you do that!
Hello, Mr. Conductor.
Hello, Billy. Toolkit, check. Ticket puncher, check. Aye.
Wow, that's loud.
Just testing, Billy. Mustn't let my conducting skills get rusty.
Important day, Mr. C?
Oh, it is a very important day. I'm going to the island of Sodor. It's the only place in the world where I actually fit in size-wise. The fat controller has given me a big responsibility, looking after his railway.
Well, that's a huge responsibility. Good job on getting it. I hope it goes well.
Thank you. Excuse me, Billy. I must be responsible, reliable, and... Don't tell me. Really useful, I knew that.
Well, I've got to get ready for my next journey. I'll see you when you come back, Mr. C.
Stacy, where did you find this painting?
In the old locker. It was done by Burnett Stone when he was a child. I was told they used to work on this railroad, but he never leaves the other side of the mountain now. You seem puzzled, Mr. Conductor.
Well, I am puzzled. This place looks like the magic buffers on the island of Sodor. But how would Burnett Stone travel there without gold dust? Sparkle's been the only way to make the trip since the lost engine disappeared. Anyway, I just came to say goodbye. I have to go now.
Right now?
Yes, I have to make sure everything's safe and sound on the island of Sodor, just as I try to do here. See you in a few weeks, Stacy. Like Stacy, Mutt sensed danger. He didn't want either Billy or me to leave Shining Time. Old Smokey, you stay right here till I get back. Ah, there you are. Is something wrong here? Now what kind of answer is that? Anyway, I'm going to be late. I'll get back as soon as I can. I have to concentrate now. Lately, I've been having problems with my sparkle. Goodbye, Mutt. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Mr. Conductor, where are you? I know you live far away, but you always seem to get here on time. Mr. Conductor, are you alright?
Yes, Thomas, but sometimes everything happens at once. I have to ring the fat controller to get my orders right away. The journey from Shining Time keeps getting bumpier and bumpier.
Does it? Anyway, Diesel 10 is back. You'd better be careful.
Don't worry, Thomas. I'll just pop in and out with my sparkle wherever he goes and keep him in order. I hope.
Old McDiesel had a plan. With a pinch here and a pinch there. Here a pinch, there a pinch. I cracked myself up.
has a little steam engine with her own railroad and has wonderful energy because of it. But the diesel ones will destroy her, and without them, the conductor's railroad will vanish. The man with the star told me that one day one of his family will return. But until then, I'm looking after her.
Guard her well, then, Burnett.
But I didn't guard you well. I just don't seem to understand the magic anymore.